What do you want to get out of your language journey? I know, asking the hard questions today, but seriously, sit down and think about it. What is it that you want to get out of your journey? Throughout 2020, one of the biggest lessons I've been learning is trying to figure out what to aim for, whether in life or in my language journey. And this can apply to many areas of life because wandering around aimlessly can be fun, especially if you don't know what you want to get out of life or if you don't know what you want to do. Kind of trying out new things, that's very helpful in finding that information out. However, having something to aim for helps you stay the course, especially in language learning. It kind of guides you when you're starting to get off track. There are a few ways that you can figure this out. First of all, to have all of this in check and knowing where you want to go so that you can continue to get there, having that destination in mind. Although, okay, before I get into that, I do want to say that language learning is a lifelong journey. You will never know everything in the language, even if you study it your entire life. So by destination, I don't mean I finally reached that point where I'm happy and that's it. People will argue that you will never reach that point. There's always more that you can learn, but I'm talking about reaching a specific goal that you have. For me, that was to be conversational in my languages and be able to use them in another country. That's not very specific. Getting more specific, it would be using it in everyday situations and making connections with people beyond survival level, whatever my target language was. Now, going back to the tips. First thing, figure out your why. You hear people saying all the time, I'm sure, because I have heard it a bunch of times, know your why. And that does cause me to roll my eyes sometimes because I think, oh boy, I never really knew the implication of that until I actually thought about what that means and why it's important to know your reason for studying the languages that you're studying or for studying languages in general. And you could break it up that way. If you want to get specific with the actual languages you're learning, you can write down your purpose for learning each one of them. For instance, I study Spanish because I want to communicate with my family. I would like to travel to Panama one day and use Spanish there, and just to travel to other Spanish-speaking countries and get that experience beyond just the tourist experience, or, I don't know, get more of a local experience, I guess you could say. And then going more generally, but still being specific, why I learn languages is to learn more about the world and connect with the people in it. Your second thing is to know how you're going to get to that destination. Now, how do you do that? Point number 3 ties into it. Set goals. There are many videos out there on goal setting. You can use whatever method you please. There is the SMART method of setting goals. Just make sure that whatever it is, you do not beat yourself up over it if you don't achieve that goal. What do I mean by how you're going to get there? That's probably the hardest part out of the 3 tips that I shared, because knowing your why serves as your North Star. It helps you remember why you're doing this in the first place when you're starting to feel tired on your journey or frustrated and thinking about giving up. It kind of helps you remember your purpose for doing this when you tend to get distracted by things around you. And then the goals, they help you kind of know where you're going and next steps, and then the next part of your journey, and then the next part. Now, the how you're going to get there part, that's where some more technical things come in. That can be perhaps methods or resources you're going to try. It's also looking into what kind of learner you are and how that can help you when it comes to choosing methods and resources. Now, I'll be going more in depth about this topic at Women in Language, which is next Saturday. Well, it's next week. I will be talking on Saturday. However, it is starting on September 17th. You can still purchase a ticket. There are going to be 29 lovely people speaking there, and it's going to be great. There's all kinds of topics from how you can use languages at work to language and mindset, inspirational language learning stories. If you're looking for new people to follow, because I'm always looking for some fresh perspectives on language learning, that is the place to go connect with people. Now, me specifically, I will be talking about staying the course as you learn a language, because it can be so easy to get distracted by the things around us, whether that's other people, whether it's our own expectations, our own mindset, or perhaps a class that we've taken and we've just felt very discouraged by it. So many things can grab for our attention when it comes to our language journeys, but I'm here to help you get more in tune with yourself so that you can successfully learn a language. Now, I have a link in the description box. It's an affiliate link, so I am going to get a commission if you do purchase a ticket, but I think this is such a worthwhile investment, and then you'll have these recordings for life. It's wonderful. You will learn so much. I attended last year's Women in Language conference, and I learned a lot about language learning, about languages in general. It was so cool. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.